Marcus! I have a message for you, Marcus! Marcus! How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? It's me, PandaPlanet, and today I will be showing you guys my favorite stashes in Fallout New Vegas. In my playthroughs, I almost always loot these places, so without further ado, let's get started. Here's our first loot stash, the loot stash in Primm, and here's how to get to it. First, go through the Lucky Bison Hotel. After that, go past the barricade and turn right and go into the first doorway you see. There, beside the counter, there should be a safe and a Tales of Junktown Jerky vendor book should be there. And once you have a lockpick skill of 75 or higher, you can open the safe. Inside the safe is the unique 357 Magnum revolver, Lucky. Compared to the normal 357 Magnum revolver, Lucky has a higher rate of fire and does more damage. Also, Lucky has a higher critical chance multiplier and costs less AP to use than VATS. Lucky also has the long barrel mod pre-installed. I'm gonna be honest, I got lost like 5 times trying to find this loot stash, even with the video tutorial on my second monitor, so I think I'm just gonna let the subtitles do their thing. Now, I've never done a melee weapons build before, but from what I've heard from others, is that this weapon can deal upwards of 275 DPS, and with crit perks, it can even do up to 600 DPS. But anywho's, I guess you can also use the Greycon Simple Armor. But the main reason I picked this spot is because it has ties to the Fallout comic All Roads. And for anyone that wants to listen to the comic, I'll put a link in the description below. Also, Chance's knife has a special attack in VATS that costs less AP points to use for only 70% of the damage it normally does. The next loot stash we're going over is going to have a lot of Cazadors, so make sure to bring plenty of hollow point rounds. First, go on top of the hill left of the shack. After that, go straight up. You should see 8 or 11 Cazadors flying with malicious intent, and also a corpse with a duffel bag next to it. Inside the bag is some ammo, both conventional and energy, a stealth boy, but most importantly, a 50% condition combat armor reinforced Mark II and combat helmets reinforced Mark II. Also some other items that you might not recognize because I have mods on. The Combat Armor Reinforced Mark II has the same amount of damage threshold as the NCR Ranger Combat Armor, but has slightly more durability. And as for the backstory of the guy, maybe he was a hired guard to protect the Brewer's Beer bootlegging shack, but unfortunately got overwhelmed by the sheer amount of cazadors in the area, just like the owner did. This one is really simple. Just check the metal boxes in the Nellis hangars. I found a couple sets of combat armor and sold them for easy caps. Make sure you hit this stash the next time you do the Guess Who I Saw Today quest. Straight ahead of the entrance should be a rock formation with lamps surrounding it. Go into the tunnel on the left. Go all the way down until you're at a crossroad between two tunnels. Then go to the tunnel on the left. After going through that tunnel, you should see some water. You might want to get the rebreather from Jack for this one. Swim through the water and go to the tunnel you see on the right. At the end of the tunnel should be a metal door. To open the door, you need a lockpick skill of 75 or higher. Opening the door leads to a room with a bed on the floor, some skill magazines, some food supplies, a hunting shotgun, some ammo, tons of purified water, and a post-war audio log. Listening to the audio log reveals that this room is actually a bunker constructed to a man who got denied access to be in one of the vaults. He was actually in debt because of this, but it didn't really matter when the bombs dropped. Before I tell you guys my absolute favorite loot stash in Fallout New Vegas, I should mention some honorable mentions that I think are also worth looting. And here's my absolute favorite loot stash, the one in the Bloodborne Cave. Go straight into the tunnel in front of you, and then go to the tunnel on the left. As you go down, you'll see a gate that can only be unlocked if you have a lockpick skill of 100. You can either use your lockpick skill to unlock the gate, or use the key nearby. Make sure to disable the tripwire after you unlock the gate. On the floor is a 12.7mm SMG, some empty Nuka-Cola bottles and tin cans, along with a first aid box and a trunk. When you have a lockpick skill of 50 or higher, you can unlock the trunk. Inside the trunk is some faction money and bottle caps. The number of bottle caps in a trunk depends on your level and whether or not you have the fortune finder perk. At early levels, you only get about 1,000 caps, but at higher levels like level 30 or 35, you can get up to 7,000 caps and even more with fortune finder. And as I said earlier, the trunk also has a lot of faction money, for which I usually use as chips to gamble in the casinos.
Many tables remain empty. You know they say that no news is good news, but I think my program would be awfully dull.
Okay, that's that.
More classics coming right up for you.
If you came this far into the video, I'd like to thank you. Out of all of the videos recommended to you, thank you for watching this one, as it takes a lot of time making these videos. And if you'd like to support and see more of my content, like the video and subscribe. Have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. PandaPlanet, out.